Alright, against odds time, playing some Maze's End in Modern. And, okay. I mean, this hand's pretty good. Some really good enchantments and a Rite of Flourishing. And we could start with a Leyline on the battlefield, which isn't bad. And a Maze's End. Temple Garden, tapped, pass the turn. Mountain. Oh, if our opponent's on burn. We got him. Right off the bat. Oh, Goblins, alright. Well, this hand is still pretty good against Goblins. Ghostly Prison is rough for them. Maze's End, go. Goblin Guide for our opponent. Pumps up Foundry Street Denizen. We get a Ghostly Prison next turn, though, which is going to make it pretty tricky for our opponent to keep attacking and playing things. They're going to have to choose, but ooh, and the Guildgate, sweet. They're going to have to choose between attacking and playing stuff. And that's assuming they have a land. Play Ghostly Prison. Pass the turn. Opponent, Mog Fanatic. Sure. No attacks. Well, let's just play Rites of Flourishing, play Simic Guildgate, pass the turn. Opponent gets to draw an extra card. We also get to start drawing extra cards and playing extra lands. There's the mountain. So they can attack this turn with one creature. Opponent gets in with Goblin Guide. Trace of Abundance on top. Down to 14. Their problem is, we're going to play a Sphere of Safety. So we draw an extra card from Rites. Double Trace of Abundance. So let's just Windswept Teeth, crack Windswept Teeth, Forest. Play Sphere of Safety, which I think just ends the game. Attacking is going to cost right now 4, 5, 6 for each creature. And our opponent scoops it up. Sweet. Well, that went pretty good. This seems like it has potential to be a good matchup. I think we want more Ley Lines of Sanctity. Probably go down Oblivion Ring and maybe the Into the Wilds for now. I guess we can bring in one Gatekeeper. Yeah, I guess we can go down in Eidolon and try it like that. Okay, we get our Ley Line. We don't have any way to stop the creatures, though, yet. And our opponent's on the play. Ley Line's still good, though. The fact that they can't burn us out will help. Mountain for our opponent. And Legion Loyalist. Gets in 4-1, down to 19. A Wooded Foothills. Alright, Temple Garden, tapped. Pass the turn. Another Legion Loyalist. And taken 2, down to 17. If we live till we get a Sphere down, I think that just wins us the game. Another Ley Line. Well, Windswept Teeth, crack Windswept Teeth, get a Forest. And yeah, we'll just Trace of Abundance our Forest. Pass the turn. Oh, Chieftain. Alright. This is going to be super close. Super, super, super close. So we're taking 6 down to 10. The question is, do they have the Goblins to kill us next turn? If we live one more turn, then we stabilize. So we drop to 10. That actually helps. Wooded Foothills, crack Wooded Foothills, get a Forest. Tap our Enchanted Land, Fertile Grounds the other Forest, and then we get to Ghostly Prison. So now I think we do have it, because they got to pay 2 to attack, so they can't just like bushwhacker us to death. So we take 2, down to 7, and a Goblin Guide. Another Trace of Abundance. Well, sorry opponent, I know this is not what you want to see, but that's a Sphere of Safety. Pass the turn. Maybe they won't scoop it up. If they don't scoop, then eventually we will win with our Maze's End. But I kind of expect that they'll scoop. Reckless Bushwhacker, getting in there. And passes. Well, let's Trace of Abundance. And let's just Rites of Flourishing to start drawing some Guildgates. Pass the turn. Opponent starts getting extra cards. Mog Fanatic. Sure, Mog Fanatic. They're going to have a big board. And passes. Fertile Ground and Life from the Loam. Life from the Loam's interesting. So let's Life from the Loam back our lands. Play another Ley Line. Play Windswept Teeth. Play Wooded Foothills. And pass. Well, yeah, let's just pass. I don't want to fetch out untap lands and take the pain. Now we can probably just Loam into the win, actually. Opponent passes. Well, let's crack Wooded Foothills. Get a Temple Garden, Windswept Teeth, get a Stomping Grounds, tapped. Dredge our Life from the Loam, and then cast Life from the Loam, get back, well, I guess we'll get everything back. Play a Guildgate, Fertile Ground, our Stomping Grounds, and Ghostly Prison, pass the turn. Well, eventually, we'll dredge the proper Guildgates to win. 2 Guildgates so far, no Maze's End. So we get to dredge our life from the loam. We get another guild gate. So loam back the guild gate, play 2 guild gates, and pass the turn. We're up to 1, 2, 3, 4 guild gates. Maybe we will get the kill. Our opponent is still playing it out, which is awesome, because I would love to actually win with it. Well, Mog War Marshal for our opponent. I mean, we are being nice and letting them draw extra cards with Rites of Flourishing, so. And a Bushwhacker. Surges it in, even though they can't attack. Dredge our life from the loam, cast our life from the loam, get back fetch lands that don't do anything, and then might as well play this Gatekeeper. Pass the turn. Well, our opponent has a massive board. Their problem is they just can't easily attack with it. Opponent passes. We dredge our life from the loam. There's a Maze's End. So, loam, get back Maze's End, and I guess Wooded Foothills. Might as well play this Eidolon, see if we can draw land. Actually, let's just dredge again. Dredge, another Maze's End. Loam back the Maze's End. This will make things much faster. And then play Maze's End, pass the turn. We're gonna do it! Oh, I appreciate our opponent sticking with us. Very good sport of them to not just scoop it up and actually let us try to get the kill. That's a pile driver. We might even be able to set up for the win next turn. Alright, they kill our Gatekeeper with a Goblin Grenade. Fair enough. So let's dredge our loam. No gates. Activate a Maze's End. Get a Guild Gate. Activate Maze's End. Get a Guild Gate. 4 more to go. Replay our Maze's Ends. I guess we might as well cast our life from the loam just to get it in the graveyard. Then play Greater Oromancy. And then pass the turn. So close. 2 more turns. We only got 17 cards left in our deck, so. Legion Loyalist for our opponent. Opponent passes. Dredge our loam. Get 2 Guild Gates. Oh, we got it for next turn. Sweet. Loam back our lands. Or no, we need 2 turns still, don't we? Play a Guild Gate. Play a Guild Gate. Maze's End. So we're going to have all our Guild Gates, but we are not going to have the Maze's End. Actually, let's just pass. Because I think we can search out. Yeah. So next, we can win next turn. We have 1 Guild Gate to go. Bushwhacker. Man, our opponent has such a huge army. Opponent passes. We do not dredge. We got it here. Draw a card. Draw a card. Oh, we just drew it. So, Guild Gate, Maze's End. Does this win us the game? I think so. Sweet. We got the last activation. Failed to find. Oh, awesome. Maze's End for the win. Off to a good start. All right. Against odds time, Maze's Endchantress in Modern. We'll play first. This is fine. We'll keep this. Yeah, let's just Maze's End go. Let's see what our opponent's up to. Island probably means, oh, interesting. Phantasmal Bear, eh? Play a Guild Gate, pass. Next turn we can just fetch out an untapped Temple Garden for Ghostly Prison, and then Eidolon the turn after that. Jace's Phantasm. At least Ghostly Prison should slow down the beats. So we take 2, down to 18. And another Phantasm. Windswept Teeth, crack Windswept Teeth, get a Temple Garden untapped, and Ghostly Prison. Make it a little harder for our opponent to attack us. Another Island. Gonna get in with Phantasmal Bear. Down to 13. Alright, Windswept Teeth, crack Windswept Teeth, and just play our Eidolon of Blossoms. Draw a card. Another Temple Garden. Pass the turn. So you could use more Ghostly Prisons. 4th land for our opponent. Oh, alright, let's take it. Down to 9. Opponent has to tap out to do it, though. But we could start drawing some cards. And if we find another Ghostly Prison or Sphere of Safety, we're in really good shape. O-Ring is interesting. Trace of Abundance on our Forest. Draw a card. Yeah, let's just Rites of Flourishing. Draw a card. And then we get to play 2 lands, which is nice. So we'll play Simic Guildgate and Demir Guildgate. And just pass the turn. So opponent gets to draw an extra card, gets to play an extra land. Oh, Lord of the Unreal. Well, luckily they can only attack with 1 creature. Alright, Jace's Phantasm, sure. Down to 7. And we get some draws. So draw an extra card from Rites. Idyllic Tutor. Ooh, does that do it? Yeah, let's just Courser. That's going to gain us life anyway, and draw us cards. So Courser draws us a card. Oh, Crackling Perimeter. I guess that's another way to win. Oblivion Ring, get the Lord of the Unreal, draw the Crackling Perimeter. Oh, and the Sphere of Safety's on top. And then let's just, is it Guildgate? Gain a life from Courser. Maze's End. We don't want to shuffle because we really want to draw Sphere. Sphere, if we resolve it, it's pretty likely to win us the game. And we even have our single Crackling Perimeter. And we have what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gates right now? And also double Maze's End. Jace's Phantasm, and Illusory Angel. That's pretty big, but it's probably going to be too slow, especially since we have the Sphere. Let's play Sphere of Safety, draw a card. Forest off the top. Alright, let's Life from the Loam. Our 2 Windswept Heaths just to get it in the graveyard. Temple Garden, untapped. Let's just pass the turn and activate our Maze's End. Phantasmal Image on Illusory Angel, I assume. Oh, on Courser. Alright, they're going to go for the long game. Although, we're pretty close to the Maze's End kill. They gain some life, up to 22. Grand Architect pumps up the team. Oh no. Oh, alright. Adaptive Automation? Automation. Not especially problematic. Yeah, that's not gonna happen at the moment. So let's Maze's End. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we still need to get a lot of guild gates. Shuffle right back into that Greater Oromancy. Let's Loam and get rid of Greater We are just destined to draw Greater Oromancy. No matter what we shuffle, Greater Oromancy goes back on top. We dredge, another Greater Oromancy's on top. The Magic Gods just want us to have Greater Oromancy. Well, we might as well play Greater Oromancy. Draw a card. See if we can find some guild gates on the top of our deck. Draw the Trace of Abundance. Do we have any lands left to fetch? We have 1. Now let's play Windswept Heath. Fertile Ground on top. We gain a life. Let's crack Windswept Heath. Stomping Grounds, tapped. Ooh, Guildgate on top. Play the Guildgate. Gain a life. Trace of Abundance on Forest. Draw a card. Rites of Flourishing. Play Rites of Flourishing. Draw a card. Lets us play an extra land. Play a Rites of Flourishing. So now we should have 2 more land drops, I think. So we get Guildgate off the top. Gain a life. This deck gets pretty out of control in some situations. And now we'll just pass the turn and discard this Life from the Loam. Feeling pretty good about this. We can play so many lands a turn. So Guildgate count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need 3 Guildgates. I don't think they have, being a mono blue deck, anything to get out from under this. Island. Gains life. Another island. Gains another life. Another island. So we can each play 4 lands a turn, thanks to there's the 4th land. They still can't attack, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, it costs 13 to attack with a single creature. Well, there's another Lord. And another Lord. Oh, their board is so huge. Oh, if they could attack, they would kill us so quickly. Ether Vial. And does a attack check. How much do they actually have to pay to attack? It is a high number. Alright, so we'll loam the first one. We do not hit any guild gates. Draw some extra cards. Courser, Eidolon, another Rites of Flourishing. Opponent's going to Giga Draw some of our lands. See what they target. Alright, let's activate a Maze's End. 2 guild gates to go. We get a shuffle, Eidolon on top. Activate the other Maze's End. 1 guild gate. Another Maze's End on top of our library. So we play a Maze's End. Sphere of Safety on top. Play a Courser of Crufix. Probably should have done that earlier. Play a Maze's End. Play a Maze's End. Play a... Oh, this board. So insane. Play another Rites of Flourishing. We'd love to find that last guild gate. Ugh, no guild gate. I guess we can just cast this Life from the Loam. Might as well play the land off the top. Pass the turn. Do some discarding of stuff. Fetch lands are dead. Well, unless our opponent can somehow disrupt us, we win this coming turn. So we're just... Look at this board! 3 Maze's Ends, 9 Guild Gates, 4 Rites of Flourishing, Sphere of Safety. Oh, this is so good. Our opponent... No! Ghost Quarter! They found the Ghost Quarter. Well, luckily we have Loam, which does keep us alive, potentially. Unless they have more than 1 Ghost Quarter. They're just dumping their hand, their creatures, they're provoking Misk, 15/15 flying hexproof. Can't attack though. So we gotta make sure we don't die. We can dredge at any time by playing an enchantment. Alright, let's see what our opponent does here. I don't think the Ghost Quarter beats us. So we're not gonna dredge. Ghostly Prison, no dredge, another Eidolon. Alright, we did not find it. So what we need to do is activate a Maze's End. If our opponent goes to Ghost Quarter, we activate another Maze's End in response. Oh, alright. Since they didn't Ghost Quarter, we win as soon as that guild gate enters the battlefield. It wouldn't have mattered anyway. We had so many Maze's Ends. We could have just kept activating in response until we won, but... Oh my god. That board. Oh, mono blue illusions. I don't even know what we want against this deck. I mean, basically, we just want to lock things in with Sphere. Alright, let's just bring in a Gatekeepers over the Into the Wilds and try it like that. Alright. This is fine-ish. Needle. What are they going to needle? I guess they just needle Maze's End. Yep, Maze's End is chosen. Ooh, double Sphere. Alright, Guildgate go. Double Sphere is actually pretty sweet, if we can get him down. Phantasmal Bear. And opponent passes. Now let's just Temple Garden, untapped, and Fertile Ground the Guildgate, pass the turn. Hopefully they weren't slow rolling a Ghost Quarter. That would be a blowout. Gets in 4-2. Let's Courser, Eidolon on top, play the land, gain a life, pass the turn. This might be a Crackling Perimeter kind of game. Opponent gets land, and another Needle. Alright, just doubles up on Maze's End. Fair enough. Alright, we get a land on top. So let's play the land, gain a life with Courser, and then let's just play Eidolon, draw a card, another Rites of Flourishing, pass the turn. I guess we can attack with Courser here. We could win with damage thanks to Crackling Perimeter and our random enchantment creatures. Island, and a miss. Opponent gets in with the Phantasmal Bear. Let's crack Wooded Foothills. We don't really need another Rites of Flourishing. Just get a Temple Garden, tapped. Guildgate on top. Wooded Foothills gains us a life. Trace of Abundance on the Guildgate. Draws us a card. Maze's End. Then let's Greater Oromancy. Draws us a card. Crackling Perimeter. Draws us a card. Alright, there's the Spell Pierce. That's fine. And then let's just pass the turn. Alright, Lord pumps up the team. Ooh, Phantasmal Image on Lord pumps up the team more. So we're taking 9. 9 is a lot of damage. I don't really want to chump, though. Yeah, we'll just take it for now. Down to 8. Crack our Wooded Foothills. Get a Stomping Grounds. Tapped. So let's play the Forest. Gain a life. Play Sphere of Safety. Draw a card. Play Rites of Flourishing. Draw a card. And then we'll just play a Guildgate. Gain a life. Pass the turn. So as long as they can't get rid of our Sphere of Safety, we're kind of safe-ish. Costs 7 to attack right now. And we'll be at 16 next turn if we get down another Sphere. Island. Another Phantasmal Image. On the Courser. Gets another land drop. Adaptive Automotion. We do have a problem, though. And that is those Pithing Needles. I actually don't know if we can beat those. We didn't bring in anything. I don't think we can win with actual creature damage. We're going to have all our guild gates, but just mill ourselves out, I think? Eidolon of Blossoms. Draws some cards. Sphere of Safety. Yeah, I don't know if we actually have an out to the Needles. Probably should have brought in... We have an Oblivion Ring. Is there any way that gets us out of this? So we get a land, gain a life, Maze's End, and I guess we just gotta pass. Discard Windswept Heath. Opponent gets to draw. Makes a land off their Courser. And another. We don't really have a plan B. Draw a card. Ghostly Prison on top. Well, let's Fertile Ground. Draw a couple cards. Let's Idyllic Tutor to see if there's actually anything in our deck that can save us. We have one Oblivion Ring. Ugh. No sense in playing it out. Ugh. Definitely need Crows and Grips to deal with the Needles. Yeah, maybe we go back down the Gatekeeper and maybe go one Greater Oromancy and try it like that. Alright, we get to play first. Alright. Sorta slow, but I guess this is fine. But Guildgate, go. Island, and Bear. Yeah, there we go. Wooded Foothills, Crack It, Forest, and Crackling Perimeter. So we got our plan B down this game at least. Island. Oh man, they got the aggro hand. Down to 17. Guildgate, go. Maybe I should have valued playing this Ghostly Prison more than getting down Crackling Perimeter, especially with counter mana. Bear, ugh. That makes me think they got a Spell Pierce. Taking 5. Alright, Ether Vial. Ping them for 1 with the gate. So, Ghostly Prison, Guildgate, go. Ooh, so that should slow down the beats a little bit. Opponent gets in 4th to 3, down to 9. Alright, let's Fertile Ground our Guildgate, and then second Ghostly Prison. Wooded Foothills, go. So our opponent can't attack until they deal with Ghostly Prisons, or get a bunch of lands. There's an Island, Needle, and passes. Wooded Foothills, get a Temple Garden, tapped. Oh, we had the winning game too if we had sideboarded better. Let's just Eidolon. Draw a card. Windswept Heath, crack Windswept Heath, get a Forest, and Idyllic Tutor. No, let's just get Sphere of Safety and hope that that's good enough. Still worried about Echoing Truth. There is Echoing Truth. Alright, so we might be dead. Do they have Lords? There's a Lord. Do they have more Lords? Oh, that's lethal as it is. Oh, so close! We needed one more turn. Alright, against Odds Time, playing some Mazes and Endchantress in Modern. This hand's actually pretty good, depending on the matchup. Arid Mesa. Opponent passes. We get a Guildgate. Pass turn. Arid Mesa, cracked. Godless Shrine. Shambling Vents for our opponent. And Inquisition. Takes Ghostly Prison. Well, it's just Forest and Trace of Abundance, the Rakdos Guildgate. Pass turn. Blood Crypt, untapped. And Liliana of the Veil. Takes it up. Let's just pitch Course. Well, I kind of want Courser. I guess we can pitch Fertile Ground for now. Opponent discards a Lingering Souls. Well, let's Courser. And Guildgate. Pass the turn. Marsh Flats for our opponent. Cracks it. Sacred Foundry. Untapped. Painful Truce. X3. Takes up the Liliana. Let's discard Journey to Nowhere, unfortunately. And our opponent passes. Another Courser on top. Path to Exile. Alright. Get our Forest. And then I guess we just go empty-handed. Temple Garden untapped. Fertile Ground, our Temple Garden. And then just Rites of Flourishing. And pass turn. Opponent draws an extra card. There's a Kalitas. Takes up Liliana. Discards Thoughtseize. See what we draw. Ghostly Prison and... Ooh, alright. Not bad. So, Ghostly Prison down. Greater Oromancy down. Pass the turn. Opponent draws an extra card. Shambling Vent. Blood Crypt. Tapped. Takes up Liliana. Discards a Lightning Helix. And gets in with Cletus. So, O-Ring for this Liliana would be nice. Or else it's going to ultimate next turn. Rites of Flourishing and Eidolon of Blossoms. Alright, let's start with Eidolon of Blossoms. And then Rites of Flourishing. Land would be fine here. Guildgate, Temple Garden, tapped. Pass the turn. So they can ultimate Liliana, but... Alright, the Helix our face. We're down to 13. They can ultimate, but the question's going to be how much can they actually get rid of? We've kind of flooded the board. Alright, here comes the ultimate. Opponent decides to go enchantments versus mana, except for only one Rites of Flourishing. Alright, I guess we got to keep the mana. Because this means we still have some live draws, and we're still drawing 2 cards a turn. So, like, Sphere of Safety is decent. Less decent now that all of our stuff got killed, but... Alright, they sack their zombie. Get in for 5. We draw Idyllic Tutor and Fertile Ground. Well, Fertile Ground or Simic Guildgate. Idyllic Tutor. I guess we just O-Ring and then O-Ring Cletus. Oh, so we got our O-Ring, but a little too late. If it was 1 turn earlier, we could have stopped that Liliana ultimate. Godless Shrine. Untapped. Activate Shambling Vent. Lightning Bolt to 5. Alright, they managed to Lightning Bolt us out. Well, we have some good sideboard cards for what they're trying to do. We have Needle, potentially. Leyline of Sanctity, definitely. Go down into the wilds. And maybe we just go down 2 fertile grounds. Try it like that. Alright, we get to play first. So let's just Windswept Heath, crack Windswept Heath, get a Forest and Needle on Liliana the Veil, not on Pithing Needle, and pass turn. We're actually pretty good against Inquisition at the moment. Man, that would be sweet if they turn 1 Inquisition. Thoughtseize is a little better. Actually, a lot. And they have the Thoughtseize, not Inquisition. Ay! Takes the Sphere of Safety. Well, Guildgate, go. Tap land for our opponent. Guildgate, go. There's our Leyline to Sanctity as well. Blackcleave Cliffs for our opponent. Let's just Rites of Flourishing, Maze's End, go. Opponent gets to get the first draw, unfortunately. Sacred Foundry, untapped. And Nahiri the Harbinger ticks up. And a tap land. Oh god, this is not good. Eidolon draws us a card. Idyllic Tutor. Oh, we needed to hit lands and we did not. So we might just lose to Nahiri. Could have saved the Pithing Needle, but it could have got hit by discard, so. Oh! Takes up Nahiri. Setting up for the Emrakul next turn. Discards a Marsh Flats. Painful Truce X3. Well, maybe they just draw into their Emrakul. That would be good. Mountain and a Bolt. So I think we pretty much need an O-Ring right now. And a Fulminator Mage. Hits a land. Well, basically, we have 2 draws to hit O-Ring. Courser and Courser. Alright, unfortunate. Alright, against odds time. Playing some Maze's Endchantress in Modern, and we'll keep this. We get to start with a Leyline, which can be good. No guild gates yet, but we got time. Mistful Plains. This is going to be very interesting. So Guildgate, go. So this is probably Martyr proc or Soul Sisters, and this will probably be pretty grindy. Suppression Field for our opponent. Well, let's just Stomping Grounds, untapped, and Fertile Ground, our Stomping Grounds. Hopefully they can't Ghost Quarter us. Nykthos. And another Suppression Field. Alright, Courser, Selesnya Guildgate. Got it into the wilds on top. Oh, maybe this is like prison versus prison. This might be like mono white enchantment prison, whatever you want to call it. Ruined Halo. They do choose Courser. Alright, let's just into the wilds. Maze's End. We kind of actually want to leave Windswept Heath on top, because then we can play it for free off into the wilds. Leyline of Sanctity for both sides. Opponent passes. Alright, into the wilds, gets us Windswept Heath, gains a life, then we draw Windswept Heath. I guess we crack Windswept Heath, gotta pay 4 thanks to Suppression Field, get a Temple Garden, untapped, gain a life, and then just loam back our single land. Plus that gets the loam in the graveyard to start dredging. No sense in attacking. Pass turn. Courser, on top for us. Opponent has a insane amount of mana. 10. Oh god. Enduring Ideal. Okay. This is gonna get interesting. So they can't cast spells for the rest of the game, but they get to search for an enchantment every turn. Okay. Kinda wanna dredge. Yeah, let's dredge. Didn't get anything. Well, play Windswept Heath, gain a life, play Sphere of Safety, pass the turn. Opponent gets to search out an enchantment. Privileged Position, gives all their stuff hexproof. Alright, all their other stuff. We are going to draw Rites of Flourishing. We will Rites of Flourishing, Windswept Heath, gain a life, Wooded Foothills, gain a life, Loam, just to get it in the graveyard. Pass the turn. Oh my god. Alright, Enduring Ideal, what are they searching up this time? There's the Dovescape. I don't know if this is going to work out for them. This game is going to be insane. I don't know if we want Fertile Ground. We can no longer resolve Loam. Alright, Fertile Ground, we draw. Trace of Abundance, we also draw. Trace of Abundance on top. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Crack Windswept Heath, get a Forest, gain a life. Guildgate on top, gains a life, and pass the turn. Still not sure how they beat us. Alright, they get an Oblivion Ring to hit our Sphere of Safety. Sure. They draw an extra card, doesn't matter, they can't cast it. Play land, also doesn't matter. Into the Wilds does nothing. We draw a card, draw another card. Let's play Golgari Guildgate. Crackwooded Foothills, get a Temple Garden, and then Fertile Ground, gonna get countered, but we get some doves. And pass the turn. Opponent searches out an enchantment. This matchup. How do they actually kill us? Okay, they get a Nodes, which is gonna start killing our birds. Into the Wilds, fizzles. We haven't hit much with that. We draw a card, Guildgate on top, 7, 8, 9, Maze's End. Gets a Guildgate, replay the Maze's End, pass the turn. Oh, so slow. What do they search out this time? A Starfield of Nyx. Oh my god. Well, that'll probably do it. Oh, they're going full out. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 18, 23 if we double block. They will just get back the O-ring though, but that makes them get back the O-ring. Alright, let's just block and block. Take a bunch of damage. Down to 9. Good news is we get to make a bunch of birds. We draw a card. We draw a card. Ghostly Prison gets us some birds. Ghostly Prison gets us some birds. Fertile Ground, birds. Rites of Flourishing, guess what? Gets us some birds. Maze's End gains us a life, and then pass the turn. Alright, Enduring Ideal comes down. Gets Sphere of Safety. Interesting. Yeah, let's just chump. Take no damage. Opponent has to discard. Another Nodes. Into the Wilds does nothing. What a crazy match. Alright, stuff we can't cast. Stuff we can't cast. Eidolon next turn we can cast. Let's start by Maze's End. Oh, 3 more guild gates to go. Eidolon finds its way back to the top of our deck. Play a land, gain a life. Oblivion Ring gets us some more bird tokens. And pass the turn. Alright, Enduring Ideal. What do they search up this time? Another suppression field? Okay. So all 4 suppression fields gets another Nodes. Opponent goes attacking. We are going to block, 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 and block. Yeah, I think that's fine. Just chump everything. Come on, lands. Into the Wilds. Still doing nothing. We draw. Oh, another Eidolon. We draw into a Courser. Well, since we can't really activate things, let's Eidolon. Draw a card. There's a Guildgate. Eidolon, draw 2 cards. We might be able to just draw our way into it. Greater Oromancy, Courser, Crackling Perimeter, gets us some birds. Trace of Abundance, gets us some more birds. And Greater Oromancy, gets us some birds. So we still have chump blockers up. And we're actually kind of close to just winning through all of this craziness. What a ridiculous match. Or game. It's only game 1. So our opponent gets to kill one of our birds, Starfield back something. Phyrexian on life. Not that relevant. During Ideal, searches out a Form of the Dragon. Beginning your upkeep, does 5 damage to target creature or player. Okay. Man, killing Dovescape would be sweet. But I think we're best off just chumping. Yeah, let's just full out bird chump, because we're getting so close to actually winning. Bird chump everything. Opponent's life total becomes 5. Alright, Into the Wilds, not doing much. We get to draw a card, draw another Eidolon. Well, let's lead on Eidolon, draw 3. Looking for our last guild gates. Idyllic Tutor, another Rites of Flourishing. Alright, then let's Courser, draw some more cards. Still not finding our lands. Oh, there's a guild gate. And a Maze's End. So play the guild gate, gain a couple life. Oh, I think we have it next turn. Maze's End gains us some more life. Sphere of Safety makes a bunch of birds for chumping. And then Rites of Flourishing makes us even more birds. And pass the turn. Alright, if we live, we activate a Maze's End and win. Oh my lord. Shoots down a Courser. Starfield's back a Leyline. Enduring Ideals up. Greater Oromancy. I think we have it. Oh, we got it. 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we got the mana. We just chump with everything. Block, 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 block. Lots of stuff dies. And then on our upkeep, we just activate a Maze's End, get Boros Guildgate, and we got there! Oh, we overcame the most cluttered, crazy board. We couldn't play spells for so many turns. But we got there. Oh, my lord. Definitely want Crows and Grips. Probably go down a couple Ghostly Prisons. They're pretty slow. I guess we will bring in Rest in Peace. Yeah, we'll go down most of the Ghostly Prisons. Let's try it like that. Alright. Start with Leyline. Salt Crusted Steep. Windswept Teeth, go. We want to crack this before they play those suppression fields. Just adds a storage counter. Well, let's crack Windswept Teeth, get a Stomping Grounds tapped. Windswept Teeth, crack it, get a Forest, and Trace of Abundance, the stopping. Pass the turn. Another counter. Oh, our opponent is having mana troubles. Temple Garden, untapped, and we're going to start drawing some cards. Eidolon of Blossoms, number 1. Draws us a card. Another Guildgate, which is good. Nodes. Well, let's just Rest in Peace, draw a card. Greater Oromancy, draw a card. Play a Guildgate, and pass the turn. We are going to lose... Does this say target? No. So we are going to lose our Eidolon. But then they lose their nodes. Ruined Halo on Courser. And a Nykthos. Eidolon of Blossoms, draws a card. Temple Garden, and Trace of Abundance on our Guildgate. Draw another card. Ooh, there's Tyria Eternal. That's the one thing I'm worried about with Rest in Peace out. If they could Ghost Quarter us, we can't just loan back a land, so we want to get this Tyria Eternal down. Adds a counter. Alright. Well, we get to Tyria Eternal, draw a card. 1, 2... Fertile Ground, draw a card. Rites of Flourishing, also draw a card. Maze's End, and a Guildgate. And pass the turn. We lose an Eidolon. Our opponent loses their nodes. They do get to draw an extra card. Alright, Leyline of Sanctity, sure. We draw an extra card. More Guildgates. So, let's Courser of Crufix. Eidolon on top. We kind of want Eidolon, I think. So let's just Sphere of Safety. Sphere of Safety, Guildgate, Guildgate, gain a bit of life, pass the turn, opponent draws a card, Plains, and third nodes, so many nodes. Well, they have another Nykthos, alright, they're going big, 8 mana, there's the Enduring Ideal, what are they getting? An O-Ring that hits our Greater Oromancy, alright, fair enough. Well, Eidolon of Blossoms, draw a card, is Rites of Flourishing. So, Rites of Flourishing draws us a card. We get a Maze's End off the top of our deck. A Ghostly Prison draws us a card. Wooded Foothills, Rakdos Guildgate, and, yeah, let's just pass. Opponent gets to kill our Eidolon and search out something with their Enduring Ideal. There's a Form of Dragon. So that's how they're going to try to kill us. They draw a couple extra cards. Doesn't matter. They can't cast things. Let's shuffle away this Courser. Get a Forest. Maze's End on top. Opponent's down to 5. So we Trace of Abundance on a Guildgate. Maze's End. Get a Guildgate. Maze's End. Get a Guildgate. Play Maze's End. Play Maze's End. Play a Guildgate. And pass the turn. And I think we're likely set up to win next turn. With indestructible lands, no less. And our opponent can't cast spells, which makes it easier. Alright, what can they Enduring Ideal for? I don't know if there's anything that gets them out of this, actually. I think we're gonna do it. Oh, crazy, very long, very grindy match. But opponent does not have the answer for Maze's End. Maze's End is so good in this matchup. It's ridiculous. They get an O-Ring, kill our Courser. What are they gonna O-Ring? I don't think they can hit anything that... I guess they could hit Terra Eternal and then have a land destruction, like Tech Edge or something? That might be their out. They go for Leyline of Sanctity. I don't know if they realize they're dead next turn. They lose their nodes, draws some extra cards, passes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we got... Oh, and we even draw a Guildgate. So, play a Guildgate, activate a Maze's End, and that should do it. Yes! Oh my lord. match. So, what did we learn this week about Maze's Endchantress? Well, the deck was way better than I thought. We didn't get in as many matches as normal because all of our matches went super long. There was just a lot of really long matches, but I think that's the nature of Maze's End. We're trying to win by getting 11 different lands on the battlefield, so this deck isn't going to win quick. There's not a way to make that happen super fast. So that's just the nature of Maze's End, so I guess it's to be expected. But overall, we won 5 out of 9 games, good for 55%, and also 2 out of 4 matches for 50%, so while we ran into some interesting matchups that maybe favored us to some extent, the deck still functioned pretty well, and it even functioned well in some matchups where our main Enchantress plan of being able to prevent creatures from attacking us wasn't very relevant against, for example, the Enduring Ideal deck that we ran into. They don't especially care about Ghostly Prison. They don't really need to win with creature damage, but our deck still functioned and was able to win even in those situations, which was pretty encouraging. Probably the biggest way we got a little bit lucky is we didn't run into the most devastating hate cards. Our deck is built so we don't really care about Ghost Quarter or Tech Edge or Fulminator Mage. If you want to destroy our lands, it's annoying and it slows us down, but we can still win through that, either with Crackling Perimeter or by getting them back with Life from the Loam, which ended up being way better than I thought. Life from the Loam, I thought, was our plan C. If our opponent destroys our lands, in the very worst case, we can get back a Guildgate or a Maze's End that we need to win with Life from the Loam. But it actually was sort of a backup win condition where we would kind of lock creatures down with Sphere of Safety and with Ghostly Prison, kind of gain control of the game, and then just dredge every turn until we dredged all of our Guild Gates and won that way. So I was really impressed with that. But what we didn't run into were the Exile spells. Those were the spells that would make it really difficult to win, because then Life from the Loam doesn't matter. Then Maze's End is offline. We don't have a way to get a card back from Exile. So if we got hit by Crumble to Dust or a Sowing Salt or something, then we would have been in some amount of trouble, and we just didn't run into that. So that's the way we got a little bit fortunate, but the deck seemed really strong and it functioned really well, and it had some insane turns. Rites of Flourishing was awesome. Courser was great. Eidolon kept us churning through our deck. Just overall, it ran really well, way better than I would have imagined. So I'm super happy with how this one turned out, to the point where if you were crazy enough to play a Maze's End deck at a F&M or something like that, this might be the way to go. Anyway, that's been our Maze's Enchantress against the odds. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very, very much for watching, and I will talk to you soon.